Transforming your home may sound about as possible as doing brain surgery on yourself, but I assure you, transforming your home is possible. And if you do what I'm about to show you, you will add peace and time to your life. If we haven't met, I'm Gwen Rutz, professional organizer turned public speaker. I did, now I teach. And I am about to teach you how to transform your home one day at a time. Sweet Jesus, that's all we're asking. The reason that you think transforming your home is impossible is because you're looking at the big picture. Now, there is a time for looking at the big picture, but this ain't it. When we look at the big picture, we get so overwhelmed. So what I'm going to show you is how to narrow it down and how to look at one thing at a time, and even one thing about one thing. And we're going to narrow it down until we find a bite-sized something that we can manage. Come on, and I'll show you how. All right, for instance, let's start in the kitchen. When you cook, you want a peaceful, organized space. You don't have to overhaul everything just to get started cooking. And if we're decluttered and organized to begin with, then that takes care of that. And we're going to get there step by step as we go. So hang with me on this channel. But today we're going to start in one area, and we're going to take that one area, and then we're going to narrow down the area. It could be your cabinets, it could be the pantry, but I'm going to start in the fridge. Now you may think there is no way that I have enough time to clean out my refrigerator today. There's so much stuff in there. You don't have to clean out your refrigerator all at one time. Just like we don't have to clean the house all in one day, we don't have to clean the refrigerator all at one time either. So here's what I mean about breaking things down. So if I were starting in my kitchen, I would start with the doors. And look, you can start with both doors if you want, or you can just start with one. If that's all you've got, if you've got just a few minutes, start with one door. And I would go through and pick out, look, there's barely anything in here. Now, I have 2 bottles of barely anything in there. I am so frugal that I would eat. Now, my husband would just chunk that. There is no point in his mind of keeping that, but that's about all I would eat anyway. I can condense these, which I probably will condense those 2 bottles, and then I'd be done. Look at all that space I'd be saving right there. I've got, what in the world? Who needs, look, all I have to do is drink that, and then I could save. I don't even know how this happened. See how much stuff we have in our fridge that doesn't even need to be there. So I will set that aside and drink that, and then I'll drink the rest of that later. Look, it would take a couple of minutes. All it would take to clean that. And then that barely has anything in it. But see what I'm saying? Just take a little piece if you're going to start in your kitchen at your fridge. And then the next thing you could do, like that tomorrow, you got a few minutes, start in the drawer or whatever, or your drawers. I don't have any drawers in there. This is my drawer. Just start in your drawer, then go to your freezer, and then start on the shelves. The shelves are the worst part. Nobody likes to do the shelves. But if you keep at it, you will get your refrigerator done. Then you move on to the next thing in your kitchen. Maybe the laundry room, or you might call it your utility room. Maybe that is your problem area. So start in one place in your utility room. For me, it would be the drawers. Y'all, drawers are the best place to start. For one, they're closed. I mean, things are hidden in there, but still, whenever you go to get whatever you need in the drawer, it's just easier. You don't have to rummage, and you don't have to make a great big mess while you're cleaning something, because you can, if you get interrupted, you can just close the drawer and then start again. But I would go through here. Look, I don't even have this mop anymore. Why in the world am I keeping that? I don't know. I don't have this laundry hamper anymore, but here I am keeping it. And so I would go through here. There's a couple of cleaners that I probably don't use anymore. It would take me, honestly, 5-10 minutes to finish that up. Then I could go to the next drawer tomorrow. If this is the area in which I'm working, I would start in one place in one room and then move on. So if the bedroom is where I was going to start this decluttering process, guess where I would start? with the drawers. And this is my husband's nightstand, and this is absolutely where I would start. And I would go through this drawer, look at this, with cords. This is where I keep all of our cords because I'm pretty sure they're never gonna make another phone charger cord again. If the apocalypse happens, and maybe we still have electricity, y'all need a phone charger, y'all come over, because I probably got 682 of them. Okay, so not that many, but I don't keep a lot of extras, but for some reason, I have this thing about keeping phone chargers. And so this drawer is our phone chargers and our batteries and all that. And I have actually gone through these, but that's what I would do. And then if I still had time and wanted to, then I would go through this drawer. Then I would start on the other nightstand. And piece by piece, I'd go one thing at a time. We're doing one thing. The drawers are a great place to start. As you get ready to transform your home, maybe you need to start in the office. So start with a bookshelf. This bookshelf used to be full of books, and I have another one that's full. I used to be overloaded with books, but I just got tired. I just got tired of the books. So I got rid of all of my books, except this is all I've got left, but I do have some on Kindle and Audible. And you know what I love? The library. Free books. And I will read a book from the library, and then if I just love it and I want to, usually I only keep them if I'm going to reference them about something, then I may go ahead and buy the book, because I like to write in a book. I want to write my own notes in the book. And you can't do that with the library book. They frown on that. So I will buy my book. Talking about decluttering and organizing, this is a great book, y'all. Let It Go by Peter Walsh. I'll link to this. This is a great book if you're downsizing. Fantastic book. Another one of my favorites is, I am such a fan of Swedish death cleaning, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning by Margareta Magnusson. Those are fantastic books. Look, if you're a book person, if you just love to see books and you collect them, just have at it. But there still may be some books that you could get rid of, or odds are also that there's just stuffed in your bookshelf, and you could just go through and declutter your bookshelf. Just start here, and then you could go on to a closet or your desk into one drawer. Yay, we're a fan of the start with the drawer place, but this is a good place to start, because you could just take one shelf and go through your books on one shelf. Do it for 15 minutes. If that's all you've got, tomorrow come back, do the next shelf. That's a good way to start. All right, so if the bathroom is where you want to start, guess where I would start? The drawer. Now, in a previous video, I showed you my drawstring makeup bag where I can just pick it up and go whenever I travel. I can link to that for you. But what I would do, start in a drawer. Look, as you get ready in the morning, when you run across that stretched out ponytail holder that you're never going to wear anyway, just junk it in the trash. So you could do it that way. You could take everything out and only put back in here what you use, which is what I need to do, because I've got some stuff in here that I need to declutter. This will probably get done as soon as I'm recording this video. Then I would just go to the next drawer and the next drawer, and then I've got a cabinet over there. If the cabinet is your problem, just take one spot, one place, maybe it's your cabinet, and declutter that for 15 minutes, one area. So this would be the equivalent of your craft room. And I am obviously no lighting expert, so I apologize for that. But here's what we would do in, let's call it the craft room. This is our bow shop. We have an archery business, and Troy repairs bows in here. So the first thing, look, y'all, this is a huge mess. We have discussed this, and all this mess is gonna disappear. So the first thing that we would do in here is I just go through here and get rid of all the trash. Just, old papers that he doesn't need anymore. And I would do this with him because he knows where things are in all that mess. And so we have to do this together. But we get rid of the trash, and then I would take the paperwork. If there's any papers that need to be filed, and we would take those out and I would file those away. I don't think there's too much over there for that. And then this is the main workstation. So everywhere is your main workstation. You want things to be easy to access. So we've gathered up, we know which tools that he needs right at hand to have all the time. Have those things to where you can reach them easily. Get rid of the rest and give yourself some workspace. And whatever is excess and extra, just get rid of that. If you have extra cabinets and so forth, put them, just store those away, things that you know you're going to need. But honestly, we have so much stuff that we don't. So get rid of the extra stuff that you don't need. So we're gonna pick this spot, this workbench with the bow press on it. We're gonna pick it first, and we're just gonna start there. And we're gonna go as far as we can for as long as we can. And if we have to come back, fine, we're gonna get this done. Look, you might think, Gwen, if I start with one area and I only do one thing and I do this one day at a time, it's gonna take me forever. It'll be a year before I'm ever done. You know what? A year's going to come and go anyway. Think about it. Even if it takes you a month, if it takes you a year from now, you will look back and go, I am so glad that I started, because my home is so much simpler than it used to be. I don't have all this chaos of just everything everywhere. But if you don't just start, a year from now or a month from now, ever how long you think it would have taken you, you're going to look back sitting in your clutter and in your chaos and go, sure wish I'd have started. I sure wish I would have listened to Gwen. Look, I will help you. You will find videos on this channel that will help you simplify your life. Just like the next video that's coming up when it's available, we will simplify your paper clutter.